Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to black movies that are underrated. Unpopular black opinions. Black movies that are underrated. This should be interesting. This is by Cuz I'm Black TV. We ain't reacted to him since since he made his most overrated videos that had a lot of Tupac movies in there, but I digress. Anyways, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
What's up? This is Cuz I'm Black TV. In a previous video, I talked about the overrated black movies in our time. Well, today we're gonna talk about the most underrated black movies of our time. I got an opinion, I'm gonna say it. Wanna hit it, here it go. Thank you very much. So we're gonna start with Belly, are you ready? What's going on?
This is always gonna be an underrated classic. People don't want to give this movie its flowers because it has no premise, it has no plot. It really has like nothing to it. Which is true. It's just a big glorified music video by Hype Williams. It's a big glorified music video by Hype Williams, but the characters, the visuals, just it's still a classic, bro. If you put this movie on, I'm gonna watch it. It don't matter. I'm gonna still watch it. No matter how you feel about this movie, I'm gonna still watch it.
Yes, I know some of you looking very confused, got that confused face right now, and you're like, Belly, that's underrated? Yes, Belly is underrated. When it first came out in the late 90s with Nas and T-Boz and DMX, Belly was not underrated. It was considered a hood classic. Now, it's still a hood classic, but I feel like over the past decade or so, a lot of people have been trying to downplay how good Belly is and saying, well, it's just a long form Hype Williams video. And my reply is, so? What that gotta do with me? I don't care that T-Boz and Nas' acting ain't that good. You had Keisha with that skin melanin popping. You had the nigga with the banana talking about, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. You had that African goddamn Xena Princess Warrior going crazy. Like, what we talking about? Countless moments in that movie. I don't care about the acting. We don't be watching these movies because of the acting. The visuals alone makes it an all-time classic movie in general.
Facts.
So yeah, I feel like Belly over the past few years, over the past decade, man, people been downplaying how good Belly is. Now it's a cool thing to say that Belly is overrated or Belly isn't as good as people make it out to be. Man, get out of here, man. Belly's fire, still gonna be fire. R.I.P. DMX.
Most definitely.
That's what you're talking about. And it had a great message at the end. Keeping it on the 90s, another underrated movie. Eddie Murphy's Vampire in Brooklyn. I feel like Eddie Murphy throughout the years have had countless hits and misses throughout his.
It's not a hood classic, but it has its cult following. That's what I will say. If you need a good Halloween movie to watch with the kids, that's not gonna scare them, this is the right type of movie.
His film career, and Vampire in Brooklyn, I feel like was considered a miss, but in my opinion, it's a classic. It is underrated.
I don't know about classic though.
You had Kadeem Hardison, Pops John Witherspoon. You had the wonderful, beautiful Angela Bassett. You had Alan Payne. We never really had that many black horror movies, and Eddie Murphy wanted to do a little bit something different. Mix some comedy, mix some black excellence in there. It's a great movie, man. People trying to act like it was this janky type of film. man. Get out of here, man. We got to see Eddie Murphy basically do the clumps before the clumps. Do his different impersonations like he did in Come to America. I don't know. When it comes to the Vampire in Brooklyn, I feel like people don't pay their proper respects, man. People talk about Harlem Nights, Coming to America, 48 Hours, and Boomerang and all that stuff. But when we talk about classic movies, we need to bring up Vampire in Brooklyn. Why?
No, we don't. No, we don't, sir. Not at all. Nah. You on your own with this one, bro.
The fuck is he talking about?
Because evil is good. He even played the crazy preacher. But come on, what are we talking about? That's one of the funniest scenes of all time. When the vampire had to turn into the preacher, walked into the church. His hair almost catches on fire. He was like, damn. Y'all, come on, son. What are we doing? Like, come on, bro. Nah, Vampire in Brooklyn, I feel like it's super underrated. All you want to do was suck on Angela Bassett's neck, and you can't blame him. Now, this next movie I talked about briefly in my movies that are overrated video, and that is This Christmas. This Christmas is a movie that we should hold to a higher esteem. This is the movie that we should have instead of Soul Food.
Most definitely. I can't disagree with you on that one. This Christmas definitely deserves its flowers, bro. It gets its flowers. It's definitely, it's already in the hood. It's considered a classic. We consider this a hood classic. In the hood, this is considered a classic. Nobody's denying that this ain't a classic. Well, at least nobody of the melanin. My melanin people, we not taking. We know this is a classic.
Soul Food is a toxic, drama-filled movie that isn't really that great, but for some reason we will play it every Thanksgiving or Christmas. This movie is an actual feel-good soul food that not only has trauma, but has comedy, that has all-stars like Regina King, Chris Brown before he started slapping up on people, Idris Elba, fresh off The Wire. You got Laura London. You got all these peoples. Loretta Devine, the ultimate mother of all mothers. What we talking about? It's a feel-good black family movie. I don't know why we don't hold it up to a higher esteem. This should be our quintessential black family.
Because it's a Christmas movie, that's why. We would hold it up to a higher esteem, but it's a Christmas movie, so it's like a once a year type thing.
Movie. You had Chris Brown who wanted to sing, but his family or his mom was against it. You had Laura London trying to get freaky Zeke. You had Columbus Short, had a white girlfriend, if I remember correctly. You had Idris Elba who had all kind of money problems. You had Regina King who was in a bad marriage. Like you had all kinds of trauma in this that was still funny throughout. Everybody played their role to the highest esteem. We got Chris Brown singing. What else do you want? This is an underrated, I feel like this is an underrated black movie of all time. This Christmas. A great story about black family coming together no matter what, no matter the differences, no matter the issues that's going on, we stick together. And we got a Soul Train line at the end about everybody. Man, come on, son. Underrated. This Christmas. R.I.P. Donny Hathaway. Now, these next two I really feel a way about, and I feel it underrated, but we're going to start off with this. Death at a Funeral. Yes, I said it.
Most definitely, this is an underrated classic right here. People don't talk about this enough. But you know what it was, though? I think it was because... this didn't come out the same time Roscoe Jenkins came out. I was about to say, this came out around the same time Roscoe Jenkins came out. And I think it's only because Roscoe Jenkins was funnier. But I think this movie... you know what it was? This movie didn't get enough, promotion behind it. That's what I think it really was. This movie didn't get a lot of promotion behind it. because I think this came out in 2010. I want to say 2010, 2009, 2010, one of them years. Because Roscoe Jenkins came out in 2008, and this came out after it. So yeah, this had to be like 2009 or 2010. This did not get a lot of promotion behind it, sadly.
Now I know this is an adaptation of
Adaptation, sir. And also it didn't get a lot of promotion, and plus there was already a movie made for it. There was already a movie that was made for this. This is just the black people version of it. There was already a white people version of this movie, so that's another thing too. But we had a black people version of it, and you know white people ain't finna go see that shit if it's already a white people version. If it's already gentrified, you know the white people ain't finna go see it. So it is what it is.
I believe a British film from the early 2000s or mid 2000s, and Chris Rock decided to take on the movie and redo it with the black cast. And I feel like people really ish on this movie like Danny Glover did in one of the scenes in the movie. For some reason, people feel like this is one of the worst comedic films of all time, and this the jokes.
Nah, this movie underrated as fuck. This movie underrated as fuck. This movie funny as hell, bro. This movie underrated as fuck. Like, if I'm laughing at this movie, yeah, it's underrated, bro. I'm already thinking about a couple of scenes that had me rolling, bro.
Work hitting, and this is just a poor display of what's supposed to be comedy, and I completely disagree. Come on, yeah, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart before he becomes Kevin Hart. You have Martin Lawrence, who was still funny. You had Tracy McGrady being Tracy McGrady. You had Loretta Devine. I mean, come on, like I really feel a way about how people treat this movie like it wasn't funny. You got to see Martin be. This, to me, this is like one of the last times Martin got to really be funny. And be like this arrogant prick of a brother. This family trying to bury their father and found out all these secrets, and they're trying to keep it all intact. Meanwhile, they got their own drama going on. That's relatable stuff. Now the midget lover, that's kind of wild. I ain't gonna hold you. That was kind of wild. I kind of felt away about that. But outside of that, I mean, come on, man. Like it's a funny movie, dog. It's a funny movie. It ain't the greatest movie all the time. We're not going to go that route, but I feel like it's super criminally underrated. And last but not least, keeping it on Martin. In my heart of hearts, maybe the most underrated black movie of our times. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
This is not underrated, sir. What are you talking about?
The fuck is he talking about?
The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck?
Don't ask.
The fuck?
I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions.
Up here, you need some napkins, you feel me?
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it. Nah.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
This is not an underrated classic, sir. This is a banger right here. This went platinum in the hood, bruh.
You what?
This went platinum in the hood, bruh. When it came to DVD, though, when it came out in theaters, ain't nobody go see this. I went to go see it in theaters, but I can tell you right now, ain't nobody go see this shit in theaters. It was a word of mouth thing. People were kind of skeptical of this because we seen this before, all these comedians in this movie, and the jokes ain't hitting, but it was a word of mouth thing. See, you had to go to the movie theaters. People that went to the movie theaters to go see this movie when it first came out, me being one of them, came back and told everybody, yo, did you see that new Martin movie? Nah, I ain't see that new Martin movie. Yo, that shit funny as fuck, bro. Bro, everybody in that bitch funny, bro. Everybody in that bitch funny, bro. Hey, for real, it's funny? Yeah, bro, that shit hilarious, bro. Bro, go see it, bro. I tell you, bro, go see it, bro. It's funny as fuck, bro. Martin is Martin, bro. Martin was Martin, bro. This is the movie. This is the last movie where Martin was fucking Martin, bro. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about you so crazy, Martin. I'm talking about just Martin. That's Martin, bro. Like, this was the last time, bro. Like, I want to say this is like season 4 Martin right here. Season 4 Martin. This is like the last of greatness of Martin, bro. Without question, dog. So yeah, this is not an underrated gem. This is a hood classic, bro. It just had to it just had to be a word of mouth thing. We couldn't just go out there and just be like, yeah, bro, you gotta fuck with it, bro. It's like, nah, chief, we gotta pump your brakes, bro. We gotta see. I gotta see.
Yes, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, in my opinion, is one of the most funniest movies of all time that for some reason people truly feel was a bad movie, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. First of all, the story plot is very simple. You had this guy that made it from nothing to something, became rich, became a movie star or TV star in Martin, and he comes back to the hood for a family reunion, and now everybody's acting shady, from Mike Epps to Michael Clark Duncan, God rest his soul, to James Earl Jones, who plays the father, God rest his soul. Like, Ced the Entertainer plays the brother, Monique plays the sister.
He plays
like, look at this all-star cast.
Brother, he's not the brother, he's the cousin. He's the cousin where his family died in an accident, so his brother, being the brother of his parents, being his uncle, took Cedric in and raised him like he was one of the kids.
This movie was hilarious. Monique beating up Martin, Michael Clark Duncan beating up Martin and Ced trying to fight for the affection of the father. Like, it's a funny movie, man. Like, nah, I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of feel a way about the family because I feel like the family was being very crabs in a barrel. Like, in terms of the story, like, shout out to James Earl Jones, but you being hard on Martin for no reason.
Yeah, if there is something like this dude got like a soul food type of feel to it, especially with Martin character and the rest of his family. This got like a soul food character. It feel like it got a soul food type of vibe to it, but it's like they do it in a comedic way and not in a serious way. So in this case, Martin would be like the Terry of the family, and everybody is just whooping his ass. But it's funny though. It's funny. That's what makes it, bro. It's funny. And bro, the fact that Martin let the entire cast just do them and let them improv throughout the scenes. Yo, Mike Epps was low key. Mike Epps was the MVP of this movie. But low key, he was the MVP of this movie. Mike Epps was the MVP of this movie. But man, the fact that Martin let everybody flow on their own with this movie, dog. Yeah, dog. This definitely a classic, bro.
Bro, like, straight up, you was being hard on Martin for no reason. You was being difficult on him because he made it, and now he gotta prove to y'all that he's still down with y'all. Like, get out of here, bro. Now I will say that the fiance that Martin had, she was bugging. She was bugging for sure. But, you know, to sit up here and Martin had to prove himself to y'all because he made it himself a success, and now he got to downplay his success for y'all. Man, I ain't like that. But outside of that, like, this movie was fire, bro. Martin, I feel like, for some reason, I feel like Martin, after, like, Bad Boys 2, people were really giving Martin a bad time with his films. Now, he did come out with, like, Black Knight, and he did come out with, like, Wild Hog. So, I don't know. Rebound was kind of cool, but I feel like there was a time to where Big Mama's House 2, which is So I feel like there was just a wave of people just not liking Martin Lawrence films after, like, Bad Boys 2. And I understand that, but, like, this ain't one of them, man. It's a great movie. Super, super duper duper underrated, man. This deserves way more love than it's getting or has gotten over the years. But those are the black movies I feel like are underrated. I got a lot more movies I feel like are underrated, but we're gonna keep it at this right now. Just like with the other video I did, comment below. Tell me what you feel like are underrated black movies. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things.
Yeah, and all that other good stuff. But yeah, man. Anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Most definitely, man. This Christmas is not underrated. And Roscoe Jenkins is definitely not underrated. This Christmas is a Christmas movie, so it's like you don't watch it until Christmas. Nobody watches Christmas movies in February. Like, come on, dog. You don't watch Christmas movies in February. You're weird if you do that. And Roscoe Jenkins is a hood classic, dog. We deemed that as a hood classic because we've come to the conclusion that was the last movie where we saw Martin as Martin, bro. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Most definitely, man. Shout out to Cause I'm Black TV, and I'll see y'all the next one. Till then, peace out.